And every Jake's duty upon the earth is to be educators of the truth, man. Go ahead.
And it says, surnamed Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king, who had been an hostage at Rome. And he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks.
Right.
In those days went out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many saying.
So they were seduced men. They saw the splendor and the success of these other nations, and they said, yo man, to hell with Israel and to hell with us and our customs. Go ahead.
And it says, he persuaded many saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us.
So the leaders were like, look man, let's use what we got and try and convince other people to join in to our activities, man. And that's what they do in hip-hop. What do? They show their wealth, they display it. They have that program before, what was it called, Cribs?
Cribs, yeah.
And they say, look, this is what, we're got such a platform that all we want to show you is how to live like us, or aspire to being like us.
Which we've always been wicked.
Yeah.
Basically, we've always been wicked, man. But then you know, those MTV crews and that, guess what? A lot of these guys are financially insolvent. You know what I mean? They're struggling. You know, 50 Cent ain't up in the club, but he's struggling, man. He's trying to put things together because he's creating titles, man. Yeah. You know, but this is what happens to anybody that really started with a so-called white man in these industries, thinking that they can make something on themselves, make white money. They come into problems when they cross the so-called white man and don't do as he wants them to do. That's when your career starts coming undone. Okay, but Jake, it doesn't matter how much money Jake gets, you'll always be in slavery. Because you're always going to be underneath them, man. They're going to control you. That's a slave. Okay, you're never going to be a ruler above them. So you're always going to be a slave, man. It doesn't matter how much money you get. So that money is vain. It doesn't solve the problem. The deep-rooted problem it doesn't solve, man. It doesn't solve.
You just get a few extra toys like brothers discussing. Like you said that hip-hop elevates. But all that's elevated is the crime rate, man. That's why they're trying to get rid of drill music and all that. Because all these chefings and shootings and stabbings would be so cool, they're trying to blame it on the music. So how has hip-hop elevated anything, man? Except simplicity, except folly. The lust of the flesh and the lust of money. That's all it's in elevated. Wickedness, man. They ain't elevated the black people. And you calling yourself black is even more confusion anyway. Because you're not black, you know?
There ain't nothing out here really other than us promoting you to come to the Lord and get this truth. Okay, there's many religions that they try and push you into, but there ain't no one trying to push the truth. Even them guys that are supposed to be Israelites that are singers and rappers and that, they're not really bringing you the truth. They're still making their money because they're using that the Israelite thing as a gimmick.
Yes, suppose the good gain is godly.
Yeah, that's right.
That's their way of thinking. But when you come into this truth, it's about being meek and poor, man. You ain't gonna have the everything, the lavish, and all the toys that come with it in this world. You ain't gonna have that kind of lifestyle in this truth. So his whole mindset is contrary to what's the doctrine of the scriptures, man. Yeah, that's why he's a knucklehead.
Yeah, no, scriptures tell you to be rich towards God, not to rich towards this kingdom, man.
That nigga's gonna get hit with a missile. He might get hit with a few missiles, man. He might get hit with a missile and a laser beam at the same time. That nigga was off, man.
This is back in First Maccabees chapter 1 and 11. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us.
Please,
let's go get this money.
Let's go and get this money.
Get this money.
I'm a 5%er. That's what man said. Same spirit, all right? Continue.
And it says, for since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
Yeah, so he was playing on your emotions. And Jake get hella emotional when it comes to money situations. So they was like, can't. Go ahead.
So this device pleased them well.
It pleased them. They was like, yeah man, well we've run out of solutions when it comes to our suffering in terms of the Lord. Like we ain't receiving salvation. So, the Lord delays is coming, let's just do this to make some money out of it.
And it's
Yeah, they stopped.
stopped believing.
It actually goes on to say it.
Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king.
Yeah, they made haste. They made haste. After man said that, they was, you know, headlong into doing whatever that wickedness was. Go ahead.
And it says, then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen.
You see, the devil set it up where he would strike their interest and then he would fund them. You know, he probably addressed those leaders of Israel and said, yo, yeah, you know, convince your people.
If I could just say, if I could just say something quickly on that, man, because a license is like permission. Because you're asking permission to do something, right?
Yeah.
This is the same in this world, man. We have to ask permission to do anything here, man. Because we can't do nothing of our own, you know, will. We can't just go and get up in the car. You have to get your partial tests, you get your licenses and all that kind of stuff. Prove to him that you're capable of driving. Prove to him.
Yeah. Your loyalty.
And I'm sorry, it's cool for making a point as well.
Yeah, go ahead.
But also, during that time period, that Greek way of life where it was the infant. So our people were so off, right? Actually, people who kept the law that they actually went to even get a license to do wickedness, which has already been done. You know, so it's how wicked our people were.
Can we be like you?
Yeah, please.
Can we do what you do? That's what it came down to. That's what they were asking. Can you give us a pass and, you know, don't persecute us? Can we be a part of your system?
Yeah.
That's the exact same thing.
Basically, they wanted a co-sign from the heads up, like co-sign this wickedness, and then we can just, you know, permit it and, you know, carry on. But the Lord said He didn't give us license to sin, man. So them niggas was just off. They was just following the lust of the flesh, all of that to the 10th power, man.
But here it is, man. They had us in slavery, going through hardcore bondage, right? In the translated slave tribe, right? All Jake wanted is that to be over. But then after that, all they wanted to be is with the white man.
Yeah.
And do and enjoy everything the white man enjoys and be, you know, allow access to all the things that he can do. Oh, I want to share the same toilet, I want to go to the same restaurants, all this kind of manners, and that's what they did. They got permission. They said it's okay now.
Now they want to look like the so-called white man.
You know?
Dye their hair, you know. Cakes up the skin.
Be like you. Fucking coon, man.
Sambo niggas. That's what he came in that spirit. Sambo.
Yeah, man.
Get money, get money. Lord ain't with all that, man.
Get money's been around from the beginning of time,
He didn't want to get money.
and it never worked. Get money, man.
Never
Give me
worked.
a break, man.
But do it
Grab,
righteously, man.
grab that, get that spiritual money. Grab Romans verse 2, yeah?
This is Romans chapter 12 and 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Yeah, that's always applied, man. Be not conformed to this world. Because that's a big problem with Jakes, man. Conforming like no man's business, man. And really, that's it, man. You're bowing to the powers that be, man, which is presently this so-called white man. You're basically just saying, look, man, I understand that you are God. I will do whatever just to achieve. I think the little girl don't even want to go. She's trying to drag it, yeah.
I would have heard him sing. Well, it's a spiritual song.
Well, it's true because Satan he tried to, you know, entice the Lord. Did the same thing. Told the Lord, bow to me. All you have to do is bow to me, and I'll give you all this, all the kingdoms of the earth. So there is a form of bowing. All these niggas are definitely bowing out, man. Because they ain't got no faith in the Lord and our Savior, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, man. They're a bunch of sellouts.
They've given up waiting on the Lord, man.
Yeah, no faith.
Giving up, man.
Yeah. They basically just want the easy way out, man. That's
Their faith has been destroyed.
Yeah, they never actually had it.
They were never really,
They'll never part this thing. Go on, finish them off.
It says, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High.
Yeah, that's you basically just gotta be apart from this society, man. And that's, you know, that requires burning out all the shit that this place is promoting. That's wicked, man. That requires basically saying that Allah is a piece of shit, man. And saying that all this, you know, all this bowing to Esau's system. Bro, how fucking good is that working for you, man? Kanye's doing the ultimate bowing right now. But, you know, like, okay, how's that gonna work out? guy's still a fucking slave. Just because he's there shaking hands with Trump, has he set up his own country? Has he formed his own? No, he's still a slave, man. Still a worm.
Man can't make his own clothing like. You know what I mean? So he ain't running shit.
That covenant of death, as the scripture says, is going to be disannulled, man. You sign that to the devil, that shit's going to be the deal always gets reneged. You know, Esau's always going to renege on his deals, man. He's known for that. You can't be selling out to this devil thinking everything's going to be sweet. You're going to live a happy ever after life. That doesn't happen, man. That's a fairy tale, man. You're going to die in a horrible death.
It's like, you know like where the film would stop at happily ever after.
Yeah, that's a fairy tale.
Like it's like when you actually continue the film after, everything falls apart.
Yeah.
Then you get a divorce.
Part two.
You lose out on the payments on your castle. Yeah. Your kids start hating you. They're living with some next man calling him daddy.
Man, I'm up on the Jeremy Kyle show.
Look at that nigga from BitConnect. He started screaming BitConnect. After that, he lost everything, right? He lost his wife.
Can you please stop? Man's getting calls that he's
working all that.
Financial advisor saying BitConnect on the phone, man.
Lost
he
his
was
wife,
like,
lost everything.
My man went from the world is not the way it used to be to now he's in the deeper realm, the lower rings of hell, man.
Yeah, that's it.
Man went down. He started on the seventh level. Now he's down at the 13th level. Oh,
It's bad debt. It's pure debt.
all kinds of hell, man. Go on, get Jeremiah.
This is Jeremiah 2 and 33. Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love?
Yeah, why trimmest thy ways to seek love? And that's what our people have been experts. They become seasoned experts at trimming them ways to find love. Because every kingdom, that's what these fucking stupid ass niggas get down with, man. They bow down to whoever's. A lot of these, that's why you got them 2/3, man. That's why the Lord had to specify it.
Yeah.
Man, during the time of kings, imagine this is when man actually had our own land, ruling our own land.
Kings as well.
We're ruling as kings. And then you're just gonna be like, you know what, let's bow to the God of the heathen, man. You get some Hamite booty, they're just throwing it back so good, you're just there like, take on!
Yeah,
And then he's just like, bring the altar for Baal. Bring all the altars getting raised. All kinds of unrighteous worships going down. But then that was when man even had their own rule.
You know what shows the wickedness of Jake at the time, man? But the scripture tells you, man, if anyone speaks such a thing,
He
meant
went to
put him to
lock
death.
that fucking head off swifter than
But there was like,
straight axe.
man was like,
you got a point actually. You know, we could do something here.
Yeah, well,
that means they're all wicked, man. They're all wicked inside.
every man was there thinking, you know what, I wouldn't even mind the altar to Baal. Then they're trying to be like, yeah, praising the Most High and all that. Then it's just like one man makes a suggestion, everyone just okay. All of a sudden, man, I got priesthoods dedicated to Baal. That means a bunch of wicked ass niggas, man. But that's why it's like if man are doing it when you have your own rulership, then when you're in captivity, you never had a chance, man. A lot of these guys, they're waiting for something to for something to fall after, man, to mold after, man. And that's why, hey, man, the Lord had to specify back then when man had their own kingdom. I've got my 7,000 men that won't bow the knee, man, because the vast majority, 2/3 are just degenerates, man. You get some of them fucking high capacity 2/3 generations where you might actually just have like 1,000 righteous men and the rest are some unrighteous worms. God, that would be a vile time to exist in Israel, man.
We're living in it now.
Yeah.
Now we're living. That guy, that niglet came up, even though he looks like an Edomite.
Yeah, he
was a straight nigger, man. He's a specimen of what the brother's talking about, man.
5%.
He's the degenerate worm, that degenerate worm that the Lord's going to destroy, man.
Man had to get shimmied off by the police, man. What did it?
Yeah.
Fucking London, man. What the hell are you doing? Yeah, innit? And he was, man.
They
Probably
said to me, oh, I think he's probably been drinking or something. I was like, I don't know if he's been drinking. He's on something. I don't know if he's drink.
He had a sniff. He was feeling like, yeah, 5%ers. Dr. Malachi, he probably got molested by him, man.
That's what he's riding from so hard.
And he was riding his son. He was riding him.
Yeah, I know he's scared.
I have a story in the scriptures of when they Jake were worshipping secrecy.
You know what?
They all got killed.
How long is it? Okay, just go to what is it? Ezekiel it's gonna be 7, no 8. Towards the end, man, when they're in the secret places. I think it's Ezekiel.
Yeah.
Well, you have the elders and that, like,
Worshiping Tammuz.
We're getting, them guys are getting, because that one's a bit less, because I want to get onto a different topic, and I think, but you know, for the wrap up here, from like verse 8, 14, yeah, 8, 14. Whoever gets it first, it's
Ezekiel chapter 8 and 14. Then he brought me to the door of the gate of the Lord's house, which was toward the north, and behold, there sat women weeping for Tammuz.
Yeah, women weeping for Tammuz. That's the same thing you all about that Northern Kingdom. Yeah. Them guys are there all these niggas weeping up in the church. Man, praise and worship. They're sitting there falling in tears, collapsing, having fits. Like, what the hell? That's weeping for Tammuz, man. Because that Christianity, that just goes back to that Babylonian mysticism. It literally is just the same thing. It's just got a reskin, man.
But they got the cross as well, you know.
Yeah. In the Lord's house. That's what the scripture says. That's also how wicked Jake was. And it says, then said he unto me, hast thou seen this, O son of man? Turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations than these.
Yeah, that's how deep it was, man. So I was weeping for time. You ain't seen nothing yet.
And it says, and he brought me into the inner court of the Lord's house, and behold, at the door of the temple, between the porch and the altar, were about 25 men with their backs toward the temple of the Lord, and the faces towards the east, and worship the sun toward the east.
That's off, man.
They actually turned their back.
In the temple, man, turn the back, and it was just the sun. Man was just praising up the sun. What the fuck? The thing is this is you know, and that's more or less the same thing going on today, man. These guys are basically now, it's like Esau's their son, man. Yeah. Man, whatever Esau says, it's yeah, man. It's, oh yeah, you know, you get them stupid ass coons that go up in that school system, and then they're just like, oh well, why would you? Like we had that black chimpanzee the other month, well, a couple of weeks back, and the one that came up at the end, trying to say, oh okay, well, would you believe that? Wasn't that all a dream? I'm trying to revelation. Well, what's that? As a dream? How do you know you didn't dream of it? Well, how do you know it wasn't a normal dream? That black monkey, man, that Cretan. He's been around too many Edomites, man. Trying to do that Edomite kind of argument, like where you just like, okay, well, you know, well, okay.
Like the Lord can't give a man vision. Trying to say, oh, was that a vision? You sure that was
that a dream or was that a dream? Yeah, was that a dream or a vision? That's, man, whatever, man. If you ain't got faith,
mocking the Lord.
Fuck you then. The Lord don't care about you.
And he says, then he said unto me, hast thou seen this, O son of man? Is it a light thing to the house of Judah that they commit the abominations which they commit here?
Yeah, exactly. That's more. It's like, bro, these men are going the fuck off, man. That's why a lot of these guys need to get wiped out. Because even like in the modern day, you got. Let's go into the Freemasons. You got. It's like you watch that super Freemasonic like it was a 300-year celebration. They did up the street in London.
Yeah, I didn't sit down on that.
I mean, it was a Royal Albert Hall where they had
I didn't sit down on that.
Like 3 hours,
big
3 hours long, bro. Big ass
compass
eye,
and the eye and all that.
Yeah, the ceiling was just a big ass eye, the giant compass.
And that fucking Duke of Kent was there. That bastard was there. That fucking Edomite devil.
So Uncle is one of Thingy's brothers, innit? I think one of the Queen's brothers.
One of the Kent's Andrew, innit?
I can't remember his name.
I can never remember. Either Philip or Andrew.
Yeah, Philip. I think it's Philip. Duke of Kent.
Yeah. But what are these guys doing, man? You saw up in there, you saw them black Cretans, man. Them black crustaceans up in there,
jumping up
all
and down
getting in there, singing the hymns to some Edomite power structures. That's why a lot of these guys need to get wiped out, man. Need to get fresh with Esau.
Deuteronomy chapter 18 and 10. There shall not be found among you one that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire? Or
Yes, it's funny because watching a video that randomly mentioned like Bohemian Grove and these guys burning like that giant Molech. I'm thinking, imagine that's just known. That's just out there. Just, oh yeah, they go there, they burn the effigy to Molech. So that's the same gods that were being observed. You go back thousands of years, man. That's what Esau's power, and that's the elites of Esau going back basically. They know all about them Hamitic mysticisms, man. Imagine, that's hilarious, man. But no, and everyone knows they're doing that. And it's, oh, well, you know.
Prince Edward.
Yeah. Oh, was it Edward?
Yeah, no. Prince Edward, man. He looks like a damn Rothschild.
Yeah, he's part of the family.
Duke of Kent.
Oh, man.
He's like straight
He looks like a Dukes of Edom.
Yeah, Dukes of Edom.
Dukes of Edom, innit?
And it says, there shall not be found among you one that maketh a son or daughter to pass through the fire, or that useth divination, or an observer of the times, or an enchanter, or a witch,